and today is May 27th, 2011. It's all sunny here in Pittsburgh, but
it's not all sunny in Crescent City, California, where a massive earthquake has just hit. Here's Taylor and Leanna in Crescent City, California.
Good morning. I am Leanna Pietricatella.
And I am Taylor Wiccabrota.
And we are here at Crescent's most recent event, a massive 8.0 earthquake. The devastation here is awful, and the atmosphere is filled with sorrow and anger, as the survivors mourn for the ones they lost, and volunteers try to find survivors in the rubble.
Behind me is what is left of a 4-story apartment building. As you can see, the building has been crushed and is now a fine layer of rubble and debris. There were 6 people in the building at the time and only 4 made it out. One of the victims was the owner of the apartment building, Ray Lewis. He and his wife did not listen to the news and did not take the necessary precautions of earthquake safety. Now, here is Leanna to go over earthquake safety.
Hello. Today is a tragic day in Crescent City, California. I'm going to talk about the precautions that can be taken before an earthquake, during an earthquake, and after an earthquake has taken place. What many people don't know enough about is earthquake safety and how to prevent a lot of the damage caused by earthquakes. Some steps that could be taken when an earthquake warning has been set in place are moving heavy objects from top shelves and making sure they are secure in place. Also, learning how to turn off the gas, electricity, and water in your house is a huge precaution in preventing them from leaking or causing fires. Having your water heater in place and having gas line sensors are also major things to help keep you and your family safe. Elastic limit. This is one of the causes of earthquakes. The rocks of an earthquake stretch and stretch and stretch until they break. Then they fall onto each other and make the Now, I'm going to describe some of the things that could be done during an earthquake to keep you safe. One thing to do is move away from windows and any objects that could fall on top of you. If you happen to be outside when an earthquake hits, make sure to stay out in the open and away from power lines. If you are, seek shelter under a sturdy desk or in a doorway. Learning these things can help make the damage less and help save lives. Just stay down.
Seismic waves.
They move side to side and up and down from the epicenter.
Oh yeah!
Down again. After a massive earthquake hits, devastation is always horrifying. Make sure that when an earthquake ends, to follow these precautions. If you smell gas, leave the building immediately and call for help from a phone away from the building. Always stay away from damaged buildings and from beaches because an aftershock can cause tsunamis. Make sure that if you are going to walk in the rubble, wear sturdy shoes as to prevent broken glass and debris from cutting your flesh. Remember these helpful tips if an earthquake ever comes your way, and you will be safer than you would have been before. Now here's back to Patrick to tell us about tsunamis.
thank you, Leanna, on that excellent report on earthquake safety, and make sure to take those tips. Now, on the fear of the destructive and deadly tsunami that is hitting the Pacific coast of North America, which includes Hawaii. Now, earlier in the week, I took a trip to Hilo, Hawaii, on the Big Island of Hawaii, where many people are just now coming back to floods and dust and debris. Here is some footage of what I found out when I was there. Since you have studied these massive waves, could scientists even predict tsunamis caused by earthquakes? And if so, how?
Well, broken and floating sensor can detect the unusual pattern of waves that go by and alert the National Weather Services. With this technology, we are able to alert the certain areas where a tsunami could happen and save lives.
On average, how many people are affected by a tsunami each year?
On average, I'd say about 200,000 to 1.2 million people are affected.
So, how can us Americans help?
You can donate to the Red Cross or other areas that have been affected and help rebuild.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Luckily, no one was hurt or injured, mainly because they were all evacuated. Now, over to Joe with types of faults.
There are 3 types of fault lines. The first fault is a normal fault. It's where tension pulls apart the rock. The next kind of fault is a reverse fault. This is where compression forces the rock toward each other, and it's where the lower rock goes down and the rock above the fault line keeps going up. The last kind of fault is a strike slip fault. This fault is where two rocks just push past each other.
As this tragic day continues in Crescent City, California, and our day learning all about earthquake keeps going, I will tell you a little bit about how an earthquake comes to form. To start, rocks break off and move along the fault lines. But for this to happen, the rock must stretch past its elastic limit. The rocks then move over, under, and past fault lines. Like in this case, the Crescent City fault line has had rocks dragged and thrashed against it during this recent earthquake. Welcome to the bloopers!
Shut up! I don't know.
Thank you for having me.
I love my job. Are you seriously recording? Did you record on the... Dang it, I needed the text for that. I forgot about that one sentence. I needed a goddamn guess.
I'm still recording this.
What? See? Can we just cut it like there and like...
A strike slip fault passes.
Fault lines. The first one is normal fault. Tension pulls apart the rock. Stop!
Because rocks have to stretch past their breaking point before they can. Okay, I'm allowed to go? Oh.
Go!
Alright. So, elastic its limit to break. But if it doesn't,
Look at this.
Regina, it hurt my finger!
We shed blood for you.
And bloopers! And bloopers! And bloopers! Bloopers!
Make the damage less and help save lives.